Man and Machine is brought to you by Shannon's, insurance for motoring enthusiasts, and the following sponsors.
Unbelievable! Now we're talking. Welcome to Man and Machine. Well, it's our final episode of Season 1. And you might remember dating right back to our very first episode of Man and Machine. You may have seen this HQ GTS two-door Monaro here. It belonged to a collector by the name of Jim. Well, I'm happy to say now this car is in my family stable, and that means I get to drive it. So stay tuned, because later in this episode, I'm going to take you for a spin in this Aussie classic. In the meantime, let's go and take a look around and see what's happening in the car scene. Well, here we are at the Autobarn Narre Warren annual show and shine event. The car park here is absolutely packed, so let's go and check out some of these machines. Well, I found a very angry big 64 Galaxy here. We're with Glenn, the owner. Mate, tell us about this machine.
Well, it's 64, it's got a Robert Pond all aluminium 427. Made plenty of power on the dyno, it goes all right.
So effectively it's a replica of a lightweight Galaxy like the Holman and Moody cars they used to race?
That's right.
And what have you done to replicate that in the body of the car?
Whole front's fiberglass guards, bonnet, bumpers, bumper irons, boot, everything. It's all fiberglass, just like they were in the old days, except they run aluminium bars in the old days and fiberglass doors. But apart from that, that's what we tried to do. So
it'd be a pretty heavy car in standard form. That'd pull a fair chunk of weight off it, wouldn't it?
Yeah, and the motor weighs about the same as a 289, so it's taken a bunch of weight out of it.
So she's an all alloy deal?
All alloy.
And what sort of power and torque did it make?
620 and 610 pounds of torque.
Massive amount of torque, like as much torque as horsepower.
Yeah, no, it pulls really well, it's good.
And she's got a dual 4-barrel setup like the Holman and Moody cars had?
Yeah, it's exactly the same as what they used to run in the old days.
And the car itself has basically been built from the ground up?
Ground up. Rack and pinion steering, column, everything. Every nut and bolt's been off it and done. 4-wheel disc brakes, everything.
Spectacular machine, mate. Absolutely love it.
Yeah, thanks.
We're here with Justin Palmer from Pioneer. We're with the Pioneer Camaro. Justin, what a machine. Tell us all about it.
Yeah, thanks, mate. It's a long time coming. It was about a 9-month build, all in all. We're looking at roughly around sort of just on 10,000 watts of audio power. It runs our high-end, our Pioneer Reference Series equipment, and we're just looking at getting the best of both worlds: a car that looks the part and an audio system to suit.
Mate, it's certainly packing some punch. Tell us a little bit about some of the gear, like the head unit, the subs, the speakers.
Absolutely. We're actually running our top-of-the-range navigation unit, which is essentially an all tricks in one box. We're looking at navigation, Bluetooth, hands-free, music streaming, obviously with the iPod and USB. That runs into our high-end sound quality processor, our DEXP99RS. After that, we're essentially running into 12 separate power amplifiers. And running into a system that you can see here that's both showy with the doors and boot open, but if you close the doors, you'll actually get that true sound quality experience as well.
12 amps, that is insane.
It was a lot of amplifiers to put in the car, and luckily the guys down at Fat Audio did a fantastic job on the build.
So effectively these components that are in this vehicle are available off the shelf from places like Autobarn?
Most definitely, yeah. We have around 14 specialist stores around Australia that actually can sell you the Pioneer reference system, and then they also have obviously the installation capabilities to suit, because that's the important part. The stereo is one thing obviously, but the installation is a major part of actually getting it right.
Shannon's Club, a hub for motoring enthusiasts. So
So join, create your own garage, share pics, videos and stories of your current and past machines, connect with other enthusiasts. Be sure to watch Shannon's Club TV with a host of dedicated motoring channels, including past episodes of Man and Machine. So jump on board with Shannon's Club. I'll see you on there. The 2014 Phillip Island Classic Festival of Motorsport. It's the 25th anniversary of this amazing event. See the cars we all love, from early classics right through to the most iconic race and muscle cars from golden eras gone by. See famous drivers such as Jim Richard, John Bowe, 3-times world champion Sir Jack Brabham with his championship-winning BT19, and many more. There's entertainment for the whole family, including the kids. March 7th, 8th and 9th. See vhrr.com for more details. Well, it's Project Warhorse time again, and we're at Vintage Racing Services in Wagga Wagga, New South Wales. The team here's been working flat out on the braking system for the Big XY, so let's go inside and check it out. So Craig, it's great to see you again, mate. Tell us about the braking system for Project Warhorse.
Okay, we use the UPC front hub kit again. Well machined, well manufactured, hard wearing, good quality unit. We use a large caliper, which is the large Kelsey Hayes caliper, i.e. off like a Galaxy, Lincoln, that type of thing. We have the brake hat machined by UPC as well, and the AP brake rotor, which is made for us, is very durable and long lasting and gives good brake quality. And
this assembly here is actually a rotor and hub assembly that's actually been bedded on a car, is that correct?
Yes, that's right. Bedded, ready to go on the car.
And I notice you've got quite a bit of cooling ducting on the back of the hub assembly.
We do. We make our own backing plates. We funnel air into the rotor, which we want to force the air through the vanes to cool them. You'll notice on a lot of race cars, and everybody's constantly talking about brake cooling and brake temperatures and the like. So we make that in-house. That's a finished fabricated version ready for paint.
Most people would probably agree that the XY is a very, very heavy car, so braking system componentry is absolutely crucial, isn't it, with a car of that weight, to be able to stop consistently lap after lap after lap.
Absolutely. And you're limited because you're only allowed an 11-inch brake rotor. So you can't just hang the expense as such and go and put a massive
dinner plates.
Yeah, you can't put a V8 supercar brake rotor in there. This is a set of rotors that have done 2 years of solid Group N historic racing. They were on a 1,500 kilo car.
Most people in historic racing have to replace their rotors nearly every 1 or 2 meetings, let alone 2 years. It's amazing. It's a testament to the product.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's, we haven't arrived at this overnight. We've done some testing and had some failures along the way, and we've arrived where we have out of hard work.
Well, mate, all I can say is when it comes to arrival, I can't wait for these braking components to arrive to be fitted to Project Warhorse, mate. I'm so excited, and thank you so much for helping out. I can't wait to test these babies out on the racetrack.
No problem.
Great to see you once again,
you too.
Mate.
Appreciate it, mate. No
Look
problem.
forward to next time. Thank you.
You'll love it.
Yep.
One of the most important ingredients in any braking system is friction materials. BGT Brake Services in Dandenong, Victoria will be utilised in this department for Project Warhorse, with the latest in Kevlar front brake pad and rear brake shoe lining material. Where drum brakes were once a major Achilles heel in racing applications, now thanks to BGT and the use of their latest technology, this is no longer the case. To request any information on these products for road or track use, contact us via the Man and Machine website. Well, I've had a few of you four-cylinder fans out there tell me, where's the four-cylinder love? Well, guess what? I found it. We're with Gareth Walker and his beautiful Escort here, mate. Tell us all about it.
Well, it's a Mark 1 RS2000 replica. Unfortunately, it's not the genuine thing, but it looks like it from 5 metres away.
Looks like it's got a very serious power plant in it, a big set of pipes on it too.
Yeah, the motor in it was built by Warren Heath. A lot of headwork, forged bottom end, running 45mm throttle bodies, custom-made set of pipes by Oz 4-wheel drive. Yeah, it goes all right. It puts out a good amount of power for a car that only weighs 900 kilos. It gets around all right.
So she's fuel injected?
Yeah, it is at the moment actually. That might not stay that way for too much longer. It actually went better when it was on carby, so we're probably going back.
And what sort of circuits do you run the car at?
All the main Victorian circuits, so Winton, Phillip Island, Sandown. Was out at Sandown a couple of weeks ago. It's a great fun thing around Phillip Island. That's awesome. That's the best fun you can have with pants on, I reckon.
And mate, talking about talking the talk, you actually work at Autobahn, I believe.
Yeah, funny about that. Yeah, I'm one of the product team at Autobahn. So yeah, we've had a little bit to do with Man and Machine, and it's been good to be involved. So,
Mate, great talking to you. Love the car. Thanks very much. Have a great night.
Thanks, Glenn.
We're here with Gary Schaefer and his absolutely spectacular 58 star model custom line. Mate, this thing looks absolutely incredible. Tell us all about it.
Yeah, thanks, Glenn. It's been a 6-year project that I've found in New South Wales, actually, and it was a rat rod, and looks nothing like it was.
A rat rod?
It was a rat rod, believe me. It was hand-painted brown, red oxide, and I'd made an oath, because I had one about 30 years ago. I said, this one's going to be restored. And it took me a long time, a lot of help from a few friends.
It is sensational, and I notice you've updated the drivetrain. It hasn't got the old Y block in it.
No, it's got a 302 Windsor in it, all dedicated gas. It just drives perfectly, you know, really nice.
Mate, fantastic car. Thanks very much for talking to us tonight.
Thank you very much, man. Thanks very much.
My pleasure. I've found a red EH here that just stopped me in my tracks. And it belongs to this man here, David Barnden, and guess what? He works for Autobahn.
Sure do.
Mate, tell us about this beautiful piece of machinery.
Well, I've had this car for about 12 years now. It's got a 350 Chev in it, and it's got a half chassis through. Mixed motor trimming did the trim for me. I did all the work myself. I built the engine, redid all the body. The only thing I didn't do on this car was actually do the final coat.
So Dave, tell us about this power plant, mate.
Yeah, it's a 350 Chev, about 300 horsepower. Not super strong, but it's a really nice cruiser. You know, it's got all the nice gear on it. It's all pretty old school. You know, stainless steel headers all the way through to a single pipe at the end. TH350 tranny. You know, through to a Ford 9-inch diff.
They're not a very heavy car, the EHs, are they? So power to weight should be pretty wild.
Yeah, it is pretty good. It's got the four-wheel disc on it as well, so it stops pretty well. But it's just a cruiser. It's not designed for drag or anything like that. It's just nice, and everyone loves it. As you're cruising down the street, everyone wants to talk to you about it when you stop to fill up with fuel. Everyone's either had one or their old man's had one or whatever. So
well, it had that effect on me, mate.
Yeah, they're fantastic cars. This is actually the second one I've had. I bought the first one when I was 15 years old, and I'm over 50 now, and it's in my blood. I just love EHs. They're fantastic.
Interested in finding your very own muscle car like these? It's so easy to find your next dream car. Just head to uniquecarsales.com.au. Select by make, model and more to find the perfect car for you, or just browse your favourite category. You'll find a massive range of cars like the ones we've just seen at uniquecarsales.com.au.
At Autobahn, we know that your wife and the love of your life aren't always the same thing. We know that music makes the journey go faster, so we've got a full range of car audio systems. We know a bit of effort can save a lot of money, so we have everything you need to take care of your car. We know the difference between fashion and protection, so we have a huge range of seat covers. And we know you're busy, so our expert staff can fit all sorts of products and accessories for you. Autobahn, we know how to get you there.
For all you enthusiasts out there that have always dreamed of having a hoist in your garage but thought it was out of reach, then think again, because Tough Lift hoists have that problem solved. They have a full range of enthusiast and professional hoists starting from just under $2,500. They're all designed and manufactured to a very high standard, fully certified for maximum safety, and have exceptional warranty that comes with all the backup and advice you need from Tough Lift's dedicated sales and service team. Hoists can be used for many purposes, including mechanical repairs, restoration, cleaning the underside of your vehicle, or even for storing multiple vehicles in situations where storage space is a problem. So let's get technical with Matt Porter from Tough Lift.
Here we have one of our 4-post enthusiast hoists, and some of the many features of this hoist are the 2-point locking mechanism in each corner for the safety of the vehicle. We also have the option of a single phase or a 3-phase power unit. One of the other features of this hoist is the versatility of it not having to be bolted to the ground. You can actually slip the wheels on as such in every corner and actually manoeuvre the hoist around to wherever it may suit you, whether it be outside to wash the underside of your vehicle or actually cleared out of the way to make room for a special project that may be coming in for your restoration needs. Another feature of these hoists is actually come standard with some drip trays. They actually cover and protect your pride and joy that may be parked underneath, or your workshop floor. Another thing is actually the jacking tray that is mounted on the front here, which can be slipped all the way from front to rear to assist within the repairs of your vehicle. Whether it be the 240 volt or the 3-phase version of our power units, they all come as a heavy duty 3 kilowatt motor, which are more than capable of lifting the 3.6 tonne capacity of this hoist with ease. The hoist also comes with multiple locking positions all the way from top to bottom to suit your unique vehicle needs, and also to make a convenient work height for any repairs that may need to be done. With the approach ramps for the hoist as well, they can be fitted to either end of the hoist, and once you're finished with that, you can actually place them in between the platforms for ease of storage.
Tough Lift have 22 hoists in their model range for the enthusiast and the professional. They can custom manufacture to suit any application, and you can even order a specific colour of your choice. Each hoist is built to comply with the required safety standards, including engineering and WorkSafe design registration certification. To complement your new Tough Lift hoist, they even have a full range of workshop equipment available. See toughlift.com.au.
Now that's what I call an uplifting experience. Tough Lift have a delivery and installation solution Australia-wide. So no matter where you're located, you can have a shiny new Tough Lift hoist in your garage or professional workshop in no time. So with this outstanding quality and pricing, there's no need to be crawling around on your back with jack stands anymore. Call Tough Lift's friendly sales team and they'll be more than happy to help. I've got mine ordered for Project Warhorse. Now it's your turn. Well, I've found an amazing looking 64 Buick Electra here, owned by Peter Gray. Peter, tell us about this machine.
Well, I bought the car from an older guy who's been a collector of sort of unusual sort of cars. He bought it from Armidale in New South Wales, which was originally delivered as a one-owner car from that guy in Armidale. Funny enough, it's also where we've just opened a new store at Autobahn in Armidale, so quite convenient, isn't it?
So it was Australian delivered?
It was Australian delivered right-hand drive. It's got the 401 big block nailhead engine, and it's all still in original condition basically. So the interior trim and everything is all still original as the day it came out of the factory. So it's a bit of a find.
So effectively it's a survivor?
Well, it is a survivor, yeah, and I just think it's had an easy life. Obviously the owner in Armidale must have used it as a bit of a Sunday car, I reckon, because it's got about 12,000 miles on the clock. So it's a fairly low kilometre car, yeah.
And they're a big thing. I mean, they're very long, aren't they? I think you mentioned before they were one of the longest cars manufactured in that year.
Yeah, in 1964 they were the longest car made by the GM Group. It's obviously a bit of a handful to try and park in the shopping centres, but you certainly take up about 4 bays, yeah.
They didn't design today's parking spaces for these machines of old,
No,
did
they didn't. No, they didn't. No, but it's a fantastic car to drive. It's got everything, all electric seats, windows, air conditioning, and believe it or not, it's got 2 like dimmer switches on the floor, and one of them is actually an automatic search for the radio. So even back in '64,
wow,
you push that button, it'll actually search for the local radio station. So even in '64, they had some pretty modern technology.
Auto seek, mate. By foot.
Auto seek by foot. Yeah. Came across it by mistake, actually. Yeah. So.
And does it feel big to drive on the road? Does it cruise well?
No, you probably wouldn't even think you're driving a big limousine type car. It's actually very easy to drive. It's very comfortable on the road, very soft on the suspension, and it actually goes quite well. I mean, it's got a bit of get up and go. I mean, I think the nailhead engines had a fair bit of power behind them, so it actually gets up and boogies pretty good.
Does this thing sound absolutely insane or what? With Graham Matthews here, mate, tell us about this boat. It's wicked.
Well, it's a 383 stroker on NOS, putting out probably around about 650 horsepower with a 150 shot of NOS, so probably about 800 horsepower. It keeps the blood pumping.
And what sort of quarter mile times does it run on water?
Well, with this motor, because we've only just built it, it hasn't been tested yet, so we're hoping that it's going to pull probably 11s, maybe 12s.
And that's from a standing start.
Yeah. So
that's crazy. How hard do they launch on water?
Well, when you take off, they're really quick, but we control them with a cab plate, so it keeps the nose down into the water. When you hit the NOS and things like that, they can just go air very easily, and that's when it turns ugly.
NOS is so violent with the amount of torque. Instant, isn't it?
It is. And the NOS is so exhilarating because it's just so... The power, it's like giving a motor a shot of steroids. It's just incredible.
I've done a lot of dyno work over the years with NOS, and just to watch that dyno graph just go straight up to the sky, it's insane at any RPM.
Some of the top fuel hydros, you're talking over 300 kilometres an hour. the G-forces are incredible. You talk about a V8 supercar that's, you know, producing probably 600-700 horsepower doing 200. You imagine doing that on the water with no wheels.
Mate, you blokes are brave. Very brave.
Oh, don't worry, it goes wrong, and when it does, it's not very nice.
Well, it's been an absolutely amazing show here at Autobarn Narre Warren Show and Shine. I can't believe the amount of cars that have turned up. It just goes to show how big the car scene is these days, and it's growing. But the sun's gone down, it's getting dark, it's time to go, so let's go and drive that Monaro.
G'day, my name's Rob Godfrey and I use and recommend Aeroflow fittings, whether it be for show or go.
Hi, I'm Poe. This is my 7-second Supra. I use and recommend Aeroflow.
Hi, I'm Chris Palazzo.
And I'm Corbin Palazzo.
Show or go, we use Aeroflow.
I'm Mario Colillo. Mild or wild, I use Aeroflow.
Aeroflow, manufacturers of professional hose, fittings and a whole range of performance products to suit your vehicle. To download the latest Aeroflow catalogue, go to aeroflowperformance.com. Proud supporters of the Aeroflow Outlaw Nitro Funny Cars.
Well, as I said, I'd take you for a ride in this Aussie Classic, so join me and let's do it. HQ GTS two-door Monaro. What a car. I've wanted one of these things since I was a little kid. When we found out that Jim wanted to sell this car, we snapped it up real quick. Good old Dad to the rescue there. This is a car we're going to keep in the family for life. It'll never get sold. Not for any amount of money. Because this car is worth more to us than money. It's a piece of Aussie history, which sadly is starting to diminish. This car here is absolutely spectacular. It's a real honest plum of a thing. It's a matching numbers Salamanca red factory V8 car. Albeit only the 253 V8, she's no fire breather. All 185 horsepower. But you know what? It's super economical and sounds the part too. These Monaros came out with various engine options, anything from 6-cylinder to your 253, your good old Aussie 308, and of course the iconic 350 small block Chevy. They are the jewel in the crown, those things, but super duper rare. Now, the HQ Holden itself was a very iconic car. In fact, they made just under 500,000 HQ Holdens. They were the highest selling Holden of any year model. Think about that. It was the biggest project that General Motors Holden took on since the 1948 215. Now, one important thing for me to see these Holdens come into our family to be able to preserve their history and keep them in good shape is the fact that Holden manufacturing is about to leave this country. And it's very, very sad. It cuts me up just to think about it, to be honest with you. I've shed a couple of tears, and I'm sure that many other people have as well. I don't live far from the Lang Lang Proving Ground. There's a lot of history there, and to think of that place, it's going to be closed down soon. And all the workers are going to lose their jobs. It's very, very sad. It's very sad. I'm a very proud Australian. I'm proud of our history. I'm proud of our soldiers that fought in wars to defend our country. And I'm proud of our Australian cars, you know, with Ford and Holden. I'm sure there's plenty of arguments and plenty of reasons for it, but the fact is, it's history, it's over. We're going to lose that 60 years of manufacturing history here in Australia. Since the 48 215 Holden effectively dominated the market for most of their years in Australia while they were manufacturing vehicles. And it's just so sad to see it go. It really, really is. Absolutely devastating, to be honest with you, but if I can just have a bit of Holden history and a piece of it within our family, I'll be happy to preserve it with pride. Already I've been thinking about a little bit of a plan though, and I've been talking to Dad about it. We'll see if we can sway him around. I'm in two minds whether to keep the factory matching numbers 253 in the car or to pull it out and wrap it up in plastic and put it aside in the shed and build up a 355 sleeper engine. And when I say sleeper, I mean a nice 355 stroker with some aluminium heads on it, even a factory manifold and a modified quadrajet carb, a set of pipes on it, maybe done in a dark charcoal coating, and just keep the thing looking factory, but maybe have a cool 440 horsepower, nice little hydraulic roller camshaft, something that has instant torque, but when you lift the bonnet, it looks factory stock, which is very important with a car like this. You don't want to hurt all that history. So engine out wrapped in plastic, you can always pop the thing back in. Tell me what your thoughts are. Send us a message on the Man and Machine website. Tell me whether you think I'm doing the wrong thing or not, but that's probably the direction we're going to travel. I really love these old classics. I'm driving it for its appearance and for the experience. On these roads on a beautiful sunny day, you just can't beat it. You know, if you're ever feeling down, just jump in a muscle car or a classic, go for a cruise for half an hour, you'll come back feeling $1 million. That's what it's all about. Well, what a fantastic car, and what a fantastic season one it's been of Man and Machine. The response we've had from you fans out there has been absolutely overwhelming, and we truly appreciate it. Our Facebook page has gone to over 35,000 likes. Our website has had an amazing amount of hits. We're only going to get bigger, better and stronger thanks to you. We've got an explosive season 2 coming up. It's definitely one to keep an eye out for, and it won't be too far away, I promise you. Make sure you keep an eye on our Facebook page and our website. Just Google Man and Machine, you'll find it. Anyway, thanks for watching Man and Machine, and we'll see you the next season. Don't forget, if you'd like to watch past episodes of Man and Machine, jump online and head to Shannon's Club. Man and Machine is brought to you by Shannon's, insurance for motoring enthusiasts, and the following sponsors.